Imagine sending out dozens, even hundreds of resumes, each tailored specifically to fit the job descriptions. You highlight your experience, your education, and your skills. And yet, despite your best efforts, you receive nothing but silence or the dreaded "we regret to inform you" email. Now, imagine another scenario. You go through the entire interview process. Everything seems to go well and you feel confident, only to find out they've chosen someone else. Or consider the person who has spent years in school, taken on massive student loan debt, earned multiple certifications, and dedicated themselves to their field, only to find that every door seems closed to them. These experiences are frustrating, demoralizing, and can lead to despair. The job market today is more competitive than ever. Many entry-level jobs require years of experience, advanced degrees, or an extensive skill set that can feel unattainable. You may see a job posting that perfectly matches your qualifications, only to be overlooked for someone with just one additional certification or a slightly different background. In such moments, rejection can feel deeply personal. But what if we could see these rejections differently? What if we could approach them not as failures, but as stepping stones for growth? Stoicism, an ancient philosophy built on resilience, wisdom, and self-discipline, provides a framework for handling rejection in a way that strengthens rather than weakens us. As Musonius Rufus, one of the lesser-known Stoics, once said, "The person who has practiced philosophy as a cure for the self becomes hardened to misfortunes and does not let them shake his resolve." Let's explore how we can detach from outcomes, reframe failures, and persist in the face of discouragement. One of the key principles of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control. Epictetus tells us, "Some things are up to us, and some things are not. Your effort, preparation, and professionalism are within your control. The hiring manager's decision is not." By internalizing this distinction, you can protect yourself from unnecessary suffering. Instead of seeing a rejection as a personal failure, view it as a completed task. You did what was within your power, you applied, you interviewed, you prepared. That is success in itself. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. A rejection does not define your value. It merely reflects that the company's needs and your profile did not align at that particular moment. The philosopher Seneca said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." Each rejection is part of the refining process. It's natural to feel disappointed, but do not let emotions dictate your actions. As Epictetus warns, men are disturbed not by things, but by the view they take of them. How you choose to interpret a rejection determines how much it affects you. The Stoic philosopher Heracles suggested that we extend our sense of identity beyond external events, stating, "The wise man looks to himself for happiness and does not depend on the opinions of others." When you detach your sense of self from job rejections, you regain power over your emotions and your mindset. In Stoicism, failure is not something to fear, but something to embrace as a teacher. Many of the greatest Stoic minds faced setbacks and used them as catalysts for growth. The founder of Stoicism, Zeno of Citium, was a wealthy merchant before he lost everything in a shipwreck. Forced to adapt, he turned to philosophy, ultimately founding a school of thought that has endured for centuries. He later remarked, "I made a prosperous voyage when I suffered shipwreck." What might seem like a devastating loss in the moment may be redirecting you towards something greater. A job rejection might feel like a door slamming shut, but often it is guiding you toward an opportunity you hadn't considered. As Marcus Aurelius puts it, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. That rejection might be pushing you towards a role better suited to your skills, or even a completely new career path. Seneca advises, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Each rejection is an opportunity to refine your approach, improve your interview skills, or expand your network. Musonius Rufus emphasized that practice in enduring misfortunes makes a man stronger. Every rejection you endure without breaking makes you more resilient, more prepared for future opportunities, and ultimately, more in control of your destiny. Section 3. Persisting without discouragement. Keep moving forward. Stoicism teaches us that resilience is the key to success. The external world is unpredictable, but our response to it is within our power. Set a process-oriented goal. Instead of defining success as getting a job, define it as sending out 10 applications per week, practicing interviews, or expanding my skill set. This keeps motivation high and prevents despair from setting in. Control your inner dialogue. If you repeatedly tell yourself, "I'll never find a job," your mind will begin to believe it. Instead, adopt the Stoic mindset. I will persist, no matter how many times I am rejected. Cleanthes, a Stoic philosopher, reminds us, fate leads the willing and drags along the reluctant. If you move forward willingly, you take control of your own fate. Remember the law of averages. The more you apply, the more chances you have. The Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius put it succinctly. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. If rejection has knocked you down, get back up, try again, and keep your composure. The Stoic philosopher Chrysippus, one of the most influential thinkers in the school, once said, "No one is free who has not obtained the empire of himself." This means that true freedom comes from mastering your emotions and reactions. By persisting despite setbacks, you are exercising the very discipline that leads to growth. Each rejection is a test, an opportunity to refine your mindset and develop the resilience necessary for long-term success. Conclusion: building an unshakable mindset. Job rejection can be disheartening, but Stoicism provides us with the tools to navigate it with strength, wisdom, and resilience. By detaching from outcomes, reframing failure, and persisting with a clear mind, we reclaim our power. Every rejection is not an ending, but a stepping stone towards something greater. Hecato of Rhodes, a lesser-known Stoic, wisely said, "Cease to hope, and you will cease to fear." This reminds us that by removing excessive expectations, we also remove the power of disappointment. Rather than placing our happiness in external validation, we must ground ourselves in our own actions and mindset. As you move forward, keep the words of Epictetus in mind. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Let each rejection be a lesson, a moment of growth, and a testament to your perseverance. If this message resonates with you, share your thoughts in the comments. Have you faced rejection recently? How did you overcome it? Let's support each other on this journey. Stay resilient, stay focused, and as always, keep moving forward.